Hey, this is Chris Vilinich coming to you from South Louisiana. Very cold down here today. Here with my beautiful wife. She got her head covered up. But that don't matter. What I'm going to talk to you today about is the Gleason map. The Gleason map is the map. There's no round earth. There's no outer space. There's no leaving the earth. And there's a heaven and a hell. I think you would all know that by now. If you don't, you should. Okay, let's talk about the flat earth. You know, you take a cup of water, you put it there, it's always level. The water's always level. Now, people's coming up with lasers. Oh, lasers. They go for miles and show no curvature in the earth. Why do they show no curvature in the earth? Because there is none. Clowns. If you think there's curvature in the earth, you're a clown.
Why you call it a clown?
NASA is a hoax. That snake tongue that goes in between the words NASA, that means the devil. You know who made up NASA? Walt Disney, Aleister Crowley, L. Ron Hubbard, von Beyond, German devil. That's who made up NASA. So to believe that a man went on the moon, definitely didn't happen. Will never happen. Like Trump said, he said, "Oh well, you actually make it to Mars by the time I get out of office." They won't make it to Mars. There won't be no satellites floating up above. You know, it's all dream stuff. It's all people dreaming. They started making NASA because they started making these old science fiction movies, and people watched them. You know, people watch science fiction movies, so they say, fuck it, let's just go all the way." Now they get funded $30-40 billion a year, and they can't even make it into outer space. And like the SpaceX thing in California, that's fucking ridiculous. How can a rocket take off into space and come down and land back the way it took off? What, he got wings? I never seen a wing on a rocket. It's no way it could happen. So that didn't happen. None of it happened. Let's get into another thing. Let's get into something called politics. You know, politics is, I've been watching the TV. You can only watch Fox and it gives you half the truth. The rest is all liars. So, they're trying to bring this guy Roger Stone in. You know who Roger Stone is? He does InfoWars. InfoWars. That's why they're going against Roger Stone, to get him off of InfoWars, for you don't learn the truth, for you don't know what's going on. You know, if they knock off one person, they knock off Alex Jones, they knock off Roger. They're going to knock me off one day, but I don't get enough views, so it don't really fucking matter. So, how about this? The dossier. The dossier was bought and paid for by Hillary Clinton. Also, the meeting at the Trump Tower with the Russian lawyers. Well, the Russian lawyers also work for Fusion GPS. You know, so they'll never tell you that Hillary Clinton set up that meeting with the Trumps to set them up. And people stupid enough to think, oh man, she didn't set them up. It's a collusion. It's not collusion. It's all one world plan. You know, to keep Hillary Clinton in office, because she's for the agenda. One world dominance. One world religion, which is Satanism, which is the devil. You know, it's easy to comprehend if you really look into it. You know, you can't go into outer space. You'll never get there. It's too hot. The thermosphere is 3,700 degrees. Metal melts at that point, and if it don't melt, it'll bend out of shape to where you can't even freaking go into outer space.
Oh my gosh!
So, you know, there's no chance of even going there. So just face it. The Bible says, "I created the earth. I created the dome firmament to separate the waters from the water." So buy yourself a telescope and look into outer space. You know what you're gonna see? A star that's all shivery looking. That's because it's in water. Now NASA's trying to tell us that the sun has water in it, and the stars from far away have water in it because they see blue shit flying out of it. It's got water. It's in the water. Now, let me make another point to you. Say you take a pinhead, and that's the Earth. Okay, and what the sun's 50 times larger than the Earth, or you say 500 times larger. So you take a pinhead and make another mark 500 times larger than that pinhead. Okay, now take the two distances and you go 93 million miles away, like they say that the sun is from the Earth. So that pinhead compared to that other little ball, say a pinhead, this say was 1/10, let's say 1/8 of an inch, and the sun was a quarter of an inch. Now split that by 1,000 feet. That's about what it would equal out to. 1,000 feet. So you put that little bitty quarter-inch sun 1,000 feet, walking off 1,000 feet from that pinhead mark, and you're gonna expect to tell me that that sun warms up this earth from that far away? It's fucking ridiculous. And then that just warms up the earth. Warms up this part of the earth by a couple of degrees different than this part of the earth at certain times. It makes no fucking sense. If it made sense, just look it up. Just look it up and kind of make your own little diagram to see what do you think about it. I made my own little diagram. It's ridiculous. It's totally fucking ridiculous. And to tell me that outer space has no air, but then we have air, but our air don't escape into outer space. It's fucking stupid. And look, they got matter and light matter, and there's soul. Why don't the matter just escape into outer space if there wasn't a dome to keep it in? NASA said they went to the moon. Oh, we send radio waves back to the Earth. But radio waves don't pass through plasma. The dome is made of plasma. It'll go into plasma, it'll bounce off of plasma, but it can't go through. See, the Hebrew says that the dome firmament, everybody thinks it's glass, the dome firmament. But it's metal. Whenever you derive it from the second Hebrew teachings, it's metal. So they say, oh, there's no metal dome, but liquid plasma is metal. So look at it that way. It's liquid plasma. They say it's the Van Allen belts, but it's really the dome. And look it up. MIT. MIT says themselves at 7,600 miles up, you cannot pass it. That there's it's a glass dome around the Earth, but that's MIT. I say it's plasma, and I say you can't cross it. Not burning up. So think about it, learn, and please look. If you can't read the Bible, they got apps that interpret it for you, and whatever's in the Bible is what it is. Because listen, if the United States people and the people around the world find out that there is a dome, guess what? Then people's gonna have to believe the Bible, and the devil don't want that. They own the TV, they own the radios, they own the newspaper, they own everything. They own the money. Money is the root of all evil. Of course it is, because they make it. The devil makes it, and it's made for you to lose. So don't think you own what you have. And get ready to switch to gold or switch to living off the land, because they're about to put chips in everybody. Once they put them chips in you, that's the mark. You will not be able to sell, trade, borrow, buy, steal. I don't give a fuck. You ain't about to have nothing without that chip. And it's going to be right there in your hand or in your forehead. So think about it, learn it. Don't ever get the chip. Let them chop your head off. Believe in Jesus and you shall see the promised land. If not, you will follow the devil into the pits of hell, and the fiery lake is waiting. So, believe in God, love your neighbor, love everybody, no matter if you hate them, love them anyway. Pray for everybody, and I'll be praying for y'all. Thank you.